Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanine. It's Friday. We made it through another week. Let's jump right into this news here. This is from Today. Listen, we're not mind readers here, but we understand catalysts. We can look at what has happened historically to the different, pricings, whether they're in the stock market, crypto. These swing traders and day traders, they use the same formula no matter where they are. Let's read this little tidbit here and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. It says, XRP loses all monthly gains in 1 hour. Here's how. Just by that sentence alone, you know where I'm going with this. You know what happened. I've been talking about it. It says here, yesterday, XRP saw its price drop to lows of 47 cents. Oh, man. Break out my jacket. It's getting chilly in here. The lowest... I'm not worried about this at all. We already knew. I spoke about this. The lowest level since the end of March. The drop constituted almost 10% and made the asset erase all the gains it had made over the past 3 weeks. Data provided by CoinMarketCap shows that since the day before yesterday, XRP's trading volume has doubled and is now at $1.31 billion, while its market capitalization has decreased and is now standing at $25.47 billion. The reason behind this major correction is still unknown. What? Not to people on my channel. I told people this. This will happen a few times. You're going to have groups of individuals, since money is tight now, they're going to look for what they believe are easy grabs. All right. Groups of people, they're not companies, but they move like companies. They will come in. They'll see, for example, that XRP has a community that believes in it. They're looking to exploit it. They will put capital in at times like this where they know that there's a verdict coming out, with the SEC case, and that could make the price explode. So everybody's waiting on that. So the typical retail holder may get confused and think, oh, the price is going up because everybody's bullish. Don't get me wrong. Many people are bullish on XRP. I'm super bullish on XRP. But that's not typically, that's not the only reason why the price might go up. Although bad actors know that you might think that. So you see the price going up and people say, oh, I better buy some. It's going up. It may not come back down. Just one of the many thoughts that people may have. And bad actors will let that price go up. They pump it up a little bit. They put their capital in. You heard about the group out of South Korea, right? We covered that. That price starts going up and they let it. And people start buying because, now the news is flying. The case may be over. People are getting more bullish videos are being made, and rightfully so. But they're still going to take advantage of that. And so after a while, you'll see them pull out you'll see a partial liquidation. The price just dropped a little bit. And that's them testing the waters, right? They may let it settle for a little bit longer just to calm the people down so people don't panic right away. And so it settles at a certain price for a while. That's what we saw, didn't we? Right? And then sooner or later, they pull everything out and the price drops dramatically. Now, I anticipated to go back up again. These types of actors, these bad actors, so to speak, they tend to use a rinse and repeat technique. They do this over and over again. It's the same thing. It's the same thing they do with meme coins, right? Just a little bit more subtle. A little bit more subtle. See, with meme coins, it's easy to get the fish to bite. With the utility coins, a little bit more difficult. That's why they have to enter strategically, like times like now. That's what's happening. So for Today writers to say the reason behind this major correction is still unknown, I have to respectfully disagree. We know that this happens all the time and it's going to happen again. It's going to continue to happen. Same thing happens with Bitcoin. People get bullish. They start making videos. Bitcoin price is going up, and big companies, big money sees that and they take advantage of it. They put a little capital in. It raises the price just enough to get the people excited, and the people put their money in. And then they get their money taken sooner or later. It's like sooner rather than later. Those companies pull that capital out. Now they made some very respectable gains. Tell me if I'm wrong. You let me know down in the comment section. By the way, I'm going to be doing in the next video another comment section chapter at the end of the video. So if you're one of those early commenters and you leave something, you want to say hi to me or anyone, you want to say happy birthday to somebody, you want to give your thoughts on the market, keep it clean, which, put that in the comment section. And if you're one of those early comments, then your comment may get covered and read in one of the comment section chapters. I'll try to make that a consistent thing at the end of the video. You just have to check those chapters, right? I did the one yesterday. That was pretty fun in my humble opinion. We're going to try to do one today as well. So this is from Bitcoinist.com and it's titled Ripple versus SEC Court Update Ruling Next Week. They're always saying that the ruling is coming. No one knows except the judge, in my humble opinion. But let's read this little tidbit here. It says, the pressure on United States Southern District Court of New York Judge Annalisa Torres has probably never been higher than it is currently the case. Okay, I see what they're saying. Than it is currently the case. This week's hearing of Gary Gensler before U.S. Congress showed how deep the rifts are between the SEC, the Commodities Future Trading Commission, Congress, and the crypto industry. The trench warfare between institutions is unlikely to leave Torres unscathed. XRP community, look at that wording. And this is why the judge is taking her time. There's going to be a lot of fallout from this. But I will say, with a positive judgment, we can fix, man, look, crypto DLTs can fix the world. XRP can help the United States survive what their own controllers have done to damage it. XRP, XLM, Algorand, these technologies, these distributed ledger technologies, heck, even throw Bitcoin in there. Let them get a little bit of shine too. They can help the people. They can help your country. Unleash them. It is time for something new. It is a time for a new age. And not only the technologies will help the people, will help the country, but a lot of the people who they're believers in this technology, they have great minds. All they need to be is unleashed and they will do great, wonderful things. I know there's a lot of people who watch this channel, a lot of powerful people. I know you watch, yes. I have my ways of knowing. And I say to you, unleash crypto, unleash XRP, and you will see wonderful things. These people here I have interacted with on the channel alone have the propensity to change the country and the world for the better. Let a new age begin, an age of light, an age of goodness, an age of bounty. Unleash XRP. Unleash crypto. Let's read this little tidbit. Let's finish this here. It says, this decision is as big as a decision this judge has ever faced. Think about what other decision is as big as this decision when it comes to global trade and finance and modern history. This is the most significant no fraud SEC enforcement action since 1946. We are on the cusp of history, everyone. We are making history. We are living it. Further, Deaton expressed his understanding that Judge Torres is taking her time with the ruling and carefully weighing every word. If the ruling goes against Ripple, she knows that she is, quote, dealing with a conservative court, unquote. And if the ruling goes for Ripple, I don't know what he means by that, but okay, are you talking about the Supreme Court? It says, and if the ruling goes for Ripple, she will have to justify it to all. You see that pressure? That's real grimy stuff right there. So now let's go here. If she decides that Ripple is right and correct and gives Ripple the victory, the judge shouldn't have to answer to anyone for that at all. And you know what? If the judge gives a positive outcome to this case for Ripple, clarity to XRP, then the XRP army should stand and fight for the judge and defend the judge. That's how I feel. Defend those who have done good for us. We are Spartans, are we not? Sometimes we have to take warrior activity to speak up for the judge, speak positively, go against anyone who tries to rip the judge down. If the judge gives this positive ruling, the judge will have done a great good for many, many people around the world. XRP could go up, XLM could go up. People will live better. Don't you think the judge deserves a little bit of gratitude if that does occur? Let's go down here. Maybe not. That's just my humble opinion. But I'm not going to let them tear the judge down. I'm not going to let them destroy the judge if the judge renders a positive verdict for Ripple and XRP. Not at all. So further, Deaton expressed his understanding that, okay, we read that part already. Someone tweeted here, named High Vibe at High Vibe Assets. Again, the decision in the SEC versus Ripple case is the biggest verdict in global finance history. The pressure is on like no other for Judge Torres to make a verdict on the case. This should be a no-brainer. Well, it's not a no-brainer because of what we just covered a few moments ago. There's a lot of pressure. You're dealing with entities that are vicious and brutal in so many different ways you can't count. They tried to cause harm to people and individuals. It doesn't matter how much power you think people have. Those entities have more and they will come against you. So it's a no-brainer when you take away that burden, that sword of Damocles hanging over your head constantly. But it's not that easy. It's not that simple. Unfortunately, this fight is against entities that have had power for a long time, old money, and it runs deep. There's a verdict for Ripple coming next week using previous rulings by Judge Torres. Attorneys John Deaton and James K. Fallon have speculated in the past that a ruling could come no later than the end of April. I've heard that before. Anything else will be a surprise to both attorneys. All right, so now let's move on to another article here. This one here is from coinedition.com and it's titled, "The SEC has caused untold harm to America, Coinbase CEO." Well, yes, they have, but crypto could have stood up together. Crypto could have fought back. It says Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong tweeted on April 21st that he spent an entire day, I think they mean he had spent an entire day in Washington, D.C., discussing crypto regulation with Congress members. And his tweet actually says, "Spent the day in D.C. meeting with members of Congress. We need regulatory clarity in the U.S. for the centralized players in crypto for many reasons: consumer protection, nationalized security, economic growth, etc." Well, apparently now even decentralization needs regulatory clarity because that's what the SEC says. They're going after everybody. So don't just try to cut out decentralized parties either. You know, some seem to have been flying under the radar, but according to the SEC, decentralized exchanges are going to be scrutinized as well. All right. The SEC, I don't know how they're going to do that, but that's what they say. The SEC has caused untold harm to America with its policy. Yes, but it can be repaired. Unleash the new financial system. The new financial system is much more than what the terminology says. It is everything. It is a new way to move paychecks. It is a new way to buy a house. It is a new way to buy land. It's a new way to track products and make sure they're not stolen. It's a new, in every possible way. In every possible way. It's a new way for consumers to want to buy products more because they know where it came from, who had it, how long has it been on the shelf, how long has this fish been on the fish farm, how long has this tomato been in a warehouse or wherever they store tomatoes, things like that. It is everything. It's a new way to track like finances and things of that nature, a new way to issue credit, traceability when it comes to financial institutions, especially when it comes to the shadier ones that people may want to deal with or may have to deal with. It is everything. Unleash the new financial system and it can repair a lot of what has been done. Let go of the FUD that the Congress and the politicians have been paid to agree with, allegedly. Let go of that ignorance that crypto and DLTs that they don't really serve a purpose. That is ridiculous. They are software. They are technology, powerful technology that everyone else around the world is getting ready to flip the switch on. And when they do, the United States is going to miss out. All those people that could have bought houses, paid for college, paid for cars, they will miss out on that. All the people that could have built their small businesses on distributed ledger technology, they will miss out on that. But the rest of the world will not. The rest of the world will be living good, buying houses, paying for schooling. Heck, even more superficial things. They'll be riding in Lambos, buying yachts, living the good life. While the people in Congress and the Senate, they have taken actions that have drastically hurt their own people. Unleash the new financial system. It's as simple as that. This is not difficult. It says last month, Coinbase received a Wells notice from regulators indicating that they were contemplating taking enforcement action against the exchange for potentially breaching U.S. securities law. However, in a recent interview with CNBC, Armstrong stated that Coinbase was not given any prior indication of any issue before receiving the Wells notice. They're about to use the Ripple defense, guaranteed it, just by the way they phrase that sentence. Fair notice, right? He went on to explain that despite having around 30 meetings with the regulators over the past year, they did not receive any feedback on how to improve or operate differently. Exactly. That's called corruption, sir. Now, let's move on to another article here. We'll keep abreast of that. But of course, Coinbase has their new licensing in Bermuda. We covered that article a day or two ago. So they're probably going to leave the United States. Who's going to be left? Kraken is leaving, or at least they're looking to leave. I'm not sure if they actually secured their licensing or not. But Kraken is looking to leave. You have Binance has already left. Tether left. Coinbase is looking to leave. They just got the Bermuda licensing. Everybody is leaving the U.S. That is unbelievable. At a time where the U.S. is doing terrible right now. It just is. You know, to acknowledge what is wrong is the greatest opportunity to learn how to do what's right. All right, so now let's move on here because we have a little bit of stellar news, XLM news. Please unleash the beast that is XLM. Stellar. Unleash it. It's time. Be patient, though. I'm talking about myself. I'm trying to be patient. Cryptopolitan.com. It says this: Ukraine to adopt new crypto regulations from EU. Now, let me tell you something here. Let me tell you something. Despite everything that's going on, Ukraine is still going to be key in the world when it comes to agriculture, commodities of various types. They're one of the biggest exporters of certain commodities. Correct me if I'm wrong. We covered that a bevy of times. So I feel like things are going to be rebuilt. Lives are going to be rebuilt. I don't know how long these things are going to continue, but they have been moving forward with their CBDC infrastructures, which everything runs across Stellar, baby. Everything runs across Stellar. And the fact that they're coming over here with these crypto regulations from the EU, they're just going to adopt that means that crypto may be ready to run wild, and not just in the Ukraine, but in a lot of areas. They are beginning to roll out regulatory clarity. The rest of the world is almost ready to flip the switch, and Stellar is deep around the world. It's almost time to play, and I'm ready for it. Let's go. Let's do it. All right. So let me read this little tidbit. I'm getting too excited. My apologies, everyone. Remember, these are just my personal thoughts. It's not financial advice. I'm not trying to impress upon you. I'm just a firm supporter of Stellar. I just speak for me. Ukraine is set to adopt the recently passed Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, MiCA, from European Union, marking a significant step towards integrating cryptocurrency assets into the nation's legal framework. As the European Parliament approved the MiCA legislation, Ukrainian regulators have expressed their intent to implement the same regulatory package in their country. Ukraine regulators working to implement MiCA provisions. Yaroslav Zelezniak, the deputy chairman of the tax committee of Ukraine, stated on his Telegram channel that they are already working alongside the National Commission for Securities and Stock Market and other regulators to integrate some provisions of MiCA into Ukrainian law. It's almost time. This is going to spread. More countries are going to do this. Stellar's working super hard. They've been making all the big deals that they can. And I know they're sitting on some. I can't wait. But this is great news. More mass adoption, trickles of mass adoption, more regulatory clarity is rolling out. Let's move on here to another article. All right. More activity in Hong Kong. Says here, U.S. crypto companies look to Hong Kong for regulatory clarity. Didn't I tell you that companies were going to be leaving and going to Hong Kong? I told you. Hong Kong is, they have their own way of doing things. They're very different from mainland China, even though it's one China. But they have different mentalities. All right? They have their own rhythm. and Hong Kong is ready to take off and flip the switch on crypto. It says U.S. Securities Exchange Commission has taken a more stringent regulatory approach, and therefore companies like Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance, I was just talking about this, have warned they might leave the U.S. in the event that regulators do not come up with clear regulations. Binance has taken several steps, including ending partnerships and trading activities in the U.S. Hong Kong seen as a viable crypto hub because it is. It is. It says, in response to the SEC's and other regulators' actions, other crypto firms are convinced that Hong Kong could become a major hub for crypto. It can, and have started applying for a license. Hong Kong's crypto platforms are opening bank accounts and partnering up with the local banks to attract more players in the market ahead of its new licensing regime. Hong Kong is committed to virtual assets. Its new crypto-friendly policy has set it apart from other markets. Now they're going to differentiate. We got to pay attention to this, because the people that don't understand China, they didn't study Cantonese, they didn't study Mandarin, they didn't study Fuzhou, they don't study the cultures of China, the differences between mainland China, the differences, in Hong Kong, what's the difference between Beijing and Nanjing? Like, they don't know these things. And so they'll tell you that whatever China does, like as if that's it, as though China is all of one mind. And it's not that way. It just isn't. So just be careful of that. Be careful of that. This is good news, in my humble opinion, because it means, once again, more mass adoption. We get ever closer to the flip of the switch in the world adopting DLTs. This is good. It says, and it's not a setup, because, like I said, Hong Kong thinks different. Hong Kong thinks differently than mainland China. Just like the mainland China uses yuan. Hong Kong, correct me if I'm wrong, do they still use the Hong Kong dollar, right? I mean, Hong Kong is still capitalist, right? So it's very different. Oh, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, all right? But it says here, Hong Kong is committed to virtual assets. Its new crypto-friendly policy has set it apart from other markets, such as the US, which has developed seemingly an anti-crypto stance, and mainland China, where cryptocurrencies are banned. You see, there's a difference. That's why they had to put that there. Thank you greatly, cryptodaily.co.uk. You know what you're talking about. I appreciate that. I like people who know what they're talking about, who do their research. It says it differs from mainland China, where cryptocurrencies have been banned. There's a significant difference. Let Hong Kong play, and don't put negativity on them because of what someone else did. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let them play. Let them have, they want to flip the switch. All right. So now, then we have this little bit here. It was posted, a little bit more Stellar related news, a little bit of XLM news. So this is from stellar.org. It says here, global remittances are a huge market opportunity. You're telling me. According to the World Economic Forum, total global remittances were worth $781 billion. They're underselling that. I saw other numbers that were much greater than that. $781 billion in 2021, and have further risen to $794 billion in 2022, higher than that as well. But I'll take those numbers. They're still pretty good. Further, remittances have a remarkable impact in low and middle income countries because of their ability to reduce poverty. World Bank study, for example, found that a 10% increase in remittances reduced poverty levels by 3.5%. We all know Stellar's trying to move all of that money that they can. If they do that, and you have all of these wallets around the world, what's it going to do to that price? All those wallets have to hold a modicum of lumens. What's it going to do to that price when you have all of these lumens being locked up in wallets? You ever think about that? What's it going to do to that price? I mean, it's just something I'm thinking about. It says, but these solutions still require both sender and recipient to have a bank account. That we know. It says this popular feature among fintech products, Chime's Pay Anyone and Cash Apps support a feature similar to this. Okay, so they're talking about Vibrant here. Recently, we added an improvement to this feature called Send to Phone, which allows Vibrant users to send USDC to their friends and family who are not Vibrant users yet, simply sending USDC via their phone number. It costs 0 fees, and the recipient can receive the funds within a matter of seconds as long as they register an account. Look, all I care about is that you're continuing to move forward, and you are. You continue to bring in more people that may use Stellar-based wallets and accounts which hold lumens, and you need you need XLM for them those transaction fees, right? I mean, that's all I need. And you have been doing a wonderful job so far. All we need now, regulatory clarity, right? Mass adoption, and let's see what happens. Then the games begin. So Vibrant users can send Stellar assets like Circle's fully reserved dollar digital currency. I don't care about that. USDC, I don't care about that. ARST, I don't even know what that is. And XLM, boom, boom, baby. Oh yeah, XLM, yeah. Use XLM. No, don't do it, because I said it. All right, don't do that. This is not advice. But I love XLM, just know that, all right? Simple as that. So anyway, pretty much to sum all of this up, Stellar continues to dominate and win. Pretty much what they're saying. At this time, they're just flaunting their stuff. They're just strutting their stuff at this point. All right. So now let's move on to here. So now we have a little bit of XDC news. It says here, this is from XDC Foundation, Vantage Point, a blueprint for digital negotiable instruments in light of MiCA. Everybody's taking advantage of this MiCA. It's almost time. Regulatory clarity. So we're getting regulatory clarity. Mass adoption follows close hand in hand with regulatory clarity. It says today, the EU Parliament advanced legislation for MiCA, bringing regulatory clarity to the European crypto asset industry that does not exist in countries like the US. Shots fired. Recently, Andre Casterman outlined his blueprints for the DNI initiative and how they can benefit the global trade industry. Today's ruling MiCA can offer the DNI initiative an attractive extension through the use of on-chain settlement on the basis of regulated stablecoins. As blockchain technology, such as XDC network, becomes well established as a viable solution that works with legacy systems and not against them, we can advance the landscape in global trade and create an inclusive Web3 economy. You understand what they just said? They just literally declared that XDC is ready to dominate because of things like MiCA. Read it again. Because XDC becomes well established as a viable solution that works with legacy systems. So we're here to help you. We're here to congeal with you and not against them. We can advance the landscape in global trade. That means we're going to push it forward. All that capital can move through us, obviously, if we're going to push it forward. Keep doing what you're doing, XDC. I like how you're thinking. I like how you're talking. My apologies. I'm just a humble researcher. But before that, I'm a businessman. And I like what you're saying. Keep that fire. It says, and create an inclusive Web3 economy. Yeah, include us. Include XDC and everything in Web3. And let's take a whole lot of that money. We're here to move capital, aren't we? Let's move a lot of that capital. XDC is in prime position. Prime position. I expect a lot out of them in the next bull run, or if there's regulatory clarity, I expect XDC to absolutely dominate. If you don't know about XDC, we covered it extensively. Look into it. They have genius minds behind them, and they are sitting on some very powerful governing boards. When you see that, it changed your outlook on XDC. Look at how many banks are on some of those governing boards that XDC is a part of. Look at the banks. I covered it before long ago. It will blow your mind. They're getting XDC. They're getting close to quant levels. Only I think they have more power than quant because they're actually sought out, not just for the technology, but because of the minds behind their technology. You see? Let's continue on here. I think I'm going to save the rest of these articles for another time. And let's see if we have one more good one here that we can cover. And then I'm going to get to the comment section, comment section comments, right? That I want to make sure I get that part in. So we're going to end off here with this this little tidbit. It's from Reuters.com. It's titled Fed Tilts Toward Rate Hike with Possible Pause in View. U.S. Federal Reserve officials remain set to raise interest rates at their May 2nd to 3rd meeting, but key data between now and then, particularly a survey of bank lending officers, may shape how they weight the risk facing the U.S. economy and whether they decide to pause further increases. Since March 21st, 2022 meeting, Fed officials say they have kept in close touch with bank executives and contacts in other industries to gauge how the dramatic collapse of Silicon Valley Bank on March 10th affected the willingness of financial firms to provide credit to businesses and households, and try to gauge if bigger problems threatened. The increased monitoring has included daily checks on liquidity, Fed officials said, and a drive to be sure all banks had the paperwork ready to borrow quickly from different Fed facilities should it be necessary. I don't like the sound of that. Signs of how seriously, so pretty much all these banks are just getting propped up. They're getting fed. Like, they're not really what people perceive them to be. They're simply held up by the Fed, which itself, in my humble opinion, is highly questionable, right? Given fiat, the very nature of fiat currency, and the fact that the world is attempting in a big way to move towards commodity-based currencies. That's why I said that. All right, so we have some people like JP Morgan saying don't expect rates to pause, that they'll continue. We have a few people from big companies saying that. Then we had Janet Yellen the other day saying we probably could have a pause in June because the banks are tightening lending. And so therefore that would negate the need to raise rates anymore or any longer. Now we have whoever this is saying, iterating similar sentiments to Janet Yellen. We don't know what's going to happen at this point. We'll see. Right? They're all completely confused. That's what I gained from this, is that these officials are completely confused and they're not on one page. We will see. All right, so now let's get to some comment section stuff. Let's see what everybody put in there. So, first comment in the comment section yesterday. This was our champion of the day for yesterday, Infinity Warrior, with the Captain America picture here. Infinity Warrior says, let's go. Appreciate you, Infinity Warrior. You're one of the originals from the channel from in the beginning. Appreciate you greatly. Anytime you're here, it's an honor to have you here, friend. Let's move on to the next comment here. What was the second comment here? Second comment was from Wizard, the Wizard. Oh, appreciate you, Wizard. Wizard always leaves some very interesting comments, but here, Wizard left 2 trophies. I appreciate that. I'm assuming those trophies were for me. I'm assuming, Wizard, those trophies are for me. And then there's like a chicken and like a dinner plate. I think I'm trying to interpret this, Wizard. I think are you having dinner right now? I think you're having dinner and watching. Am I interpreting that correctly? Oh, don't tell me I'm a bad analyst. Oh, my word. Appreciate you greatly, Wizard. Thank you for being here. I appreciate every single time you're in the comment section, and I thoroughly enjoy reading your thoughts, okay? All right, so now let's move on here. Next comment in the comment section from yesterday's video comes from Matthew Williams. Matthew's very excited. He says, HE double hockey sticks. I can't curse on this channel. HE double hockey sticks. Yeah, bro. Exclamation point. I don't want to scream too loud. Thank you for always bringing the best of the best, Matthew. No, you're the best of the best. I appreciate you. See, comments like this keep me motivated to continue to work hard and try to do my absolute best. There are very tough days. There's hard days. And comments like this, positive comments, I'm just being honest. It keeps me wanting to go forward. It keeps me wanting to do the channel and work hard for everybody. So I greatly appreciate every single positive comment like this. Matthew, I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for being here, okay? Now, let's move on to the next comment. Oh, here we go. Next comment, Bo Rabbit. Bo Rabbit with 5 100s. Wait, I see now. I love this because Bo Rabbit will come and he'll drop 200. I'll drop 3. It's like a competition. Like Bo Rabbit probably don't even think like that. Like Alphany is not a competition. I'm just putting hundreds there to support, sir. But it makes it fun for me. I have to have a little fun. So he put 500s there, 100s, I wonder if I usually try to exceed Bo Rabbit in 100s that I respond with. I don't know if listen, whatever Bo Rabbit puts today, I'm going to make sure I remember that I put like a ton of more of whatever Bo Rabbit put just cause it's like a little game that I do. I don't know if Bo Rabbit ever sees that. Like why he's probably sitting there. Well, Bo Rabbit's probably sitting there like, why is Alphanine putting all these, all these hundreds? Oh man, appreciate you, Bo Rabbit. Thank you so much for always being here and watching the videos, spending a little bit of time with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right. And I hope you had a good day. So let's move on to the next comment here, showing everybody a little bit of love. Here come, next comment is from, wait a minute, drum roll. Next comment is from Keith. Keith is one of our best supporters on the channel, best people on the channel. You don't want to get into a pose. You in the competition? Are you in a competition soon, Keith? Do I need to join? No, I don't have enough time to get in the competition shape. I'm not going front. Keith says, man, you sound bitter, angry, agitated by these governmental leaders. You sound just like many of us, man. Look, man, Keith is one of my people, man. Every time Keith comes into the comment section, he leaves an epic comment. This person is motivated. This person is conquering life in every possible way. This is one of the best people on the planet, as far as what I know. I'm just telling you what I know, right? It says, good one, Mr. A. I appreciate that, Keith. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you for always being here. And may all the best, all of goodness always come to you. All right. All right. Let's move on here. Man, I like doing this here. I hope people actually watching these last chapters. I like doing this. I'll leave some more comments. Let me know your thoughts on stuff. Give somebody a birthday shout out. Let us know your thoughts. Did you have a good day? Like, as long as you keep the comment clean, right? No profanity. You don't say anything to offend people or anything like that. As long as you keep the comment clean, it's probably going to make it into this chapter here. And as long as it's within the first like 30 or 40 minutes of the video, I can't, So next comment is from XRP Preacher. Oh man, one of our great people here, XRP Preacher says, another great show, cause and effect. Oh, XRP Preacher is dropping some wisdom. Cause and effect. I like the immutable laws. Cause and effect. I'm always trying to apply them. I'm learning every day. I'm practicing every day. I'm trying to stay humble every single day. It says cause and effect. You're the best, brother. Thank you. I know you're the best, XRP Preacher. I have to, bow in humility, and I take no glory to myself. You are the best. Without you, there is no me here on the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And just giving me the positivity and being kind to me. It goes a long way. I greatly appreciate that. I'm not afraid to say that. Thank you greatly, XRP Preacher. All right, let's move on here to another comment. I want to make sure I get in as many as possible. Oh, here we go. Next comment is from Ahmed. Ahmed says, respect to you, sir. No. Respect to you, sir. Respect to you. Greatly appreciate you, man. This is one of my stellar people, my XLM people. Keeps me motivated at times. Has a great energy, great spirit, great mind. Just one of the best people on the channel overall. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing me support. So let's see if we have any more. Oh, one last message here. We're going to end off with this one here. Is from XRP Preacher. It says, we rarely get a notice for your show. YouTube is not doing its job. I suspect it as such. I don't know what's going on with the channel. XRP Preacher has been so many different things. I've had to be on the chat line with YouTube so many times. Sometimes my comments aren't popping up. I'm not able to see my own comments. Sometimes my comment section, I can't even see it. Sometimes the members only section, I can't make a post. So that makes sense that also my notifications are not going out, I hope that changes. Like I said, I'm going to be in contact with them, probably tomorrow morning. This was a business day today. I had a lot of business to do in the middle of the day. So I didn't have a chance to contact them just yet, but tomorrow morning I will be free and I will contact them about this. I appreciate you letting me know, XRP Preacher, and I hope that you have a great evening. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.